Yo, we are. Oh, we are back. We are back. Look at all this hair, man. It's crazy. You gotta trust the pot. You gotta trust the process, Neff. You know what I mean? Don't. You're gonna be ugly for a bit. Then you're gonna get to a point that's unrecognizable. I don't even look like Ray Sean anymore. I look like a whole different person. I could go to a different state, country, and change my whole personality and my whole identity if I wanted to. But yeah, I shot this video last night. And it was uploading, but I didn't like it, so I'm gonna re-record it. And plus, I haven't shot a morning video, and it's like depending on the days, I got different energy. It was about moving on. It still is about moving on. And I want to talk about the importance of moving on. I'm talking about like moving on from like your past versions of yourself. I come to this realization. I'm realizing now that the things I've been holding on so dear are like they no longer serve me and where I'm trying to go and the person I'm trying to be in life. And I'm not just talking about character defects or behaviors and things I've already spoken of, but I'm talking about like things in the external, you know what I mean? Things that I didn't think I was going to have to change again because, I thought like this was my normalcy. But at the end of the day, I realized like I've been running on my own will for so long, like even by going back to school, back to Kansas when I did in 2018, like that was something I wanted to do. And when I say my own will, I just mean like the difference between doing what I want and doing the things I should, the things I know I should do. So like when I got out that program, like I knew God and the universe wanted me to stay and continue on the journey I was on, like basically doing what I'm doing now. But I could have started this 8 years ago. But I wanted to go back to school because I had missed out on all that time when I was like trapping, getting high, kicking it with the homies, things of that nature. So I wanted to go back to school, and I did. And while I was out there, I kind of, I let myself become that of that ecosystem, right? And then once that all that was over, like the way that the college trajectory was headed, like I still felt like that was the trajectory I should have been on. You know what I mean? When I got there, I got so immersed in this culture and this process that I forgot that I was already a part of a process. You know what I mean? I forgot that me going to college was just a stage and a phase in my life. You know what I mean? That I was supposed to come back and do what I was doing now. And I'm noticing that that's been the disconnect. You know what I mean? Because I'm processing things, that in the manner of the version of the guy I was at college. You know what I mean? But that dude was not me. You know what I mean? That was not the most optimal version of Ray Sean, and that's not the guy I want to see myself as. You know what I mean? So today, since I haven't been in college for a couple years, I'm realizing that like I'm still thinking and acting in manners of, that person who was around that people. And it's not just the thoughts, but even like the communications with the people there, you know what I mean? Like the type of person I am, I know I can't like be around certain individuals just for my own safety and like where it could take me. And that's what happened, you know what I mean? I was, I'm in college, I can't not be around certain individuals, you know what I mean? And that's why I said in past videos, a lot of the people I was around in school, like I probably wouldn't, associate with them in like real life. So yeah, that's like the point I'm talking about. It's like I'm moving on from like everything that I was, you know what I mean? Just like even like I'm realizing now like the type of women I've been attracted to, type of people I've hung around, you know what I mean? The associations I had. These are all way better associations than that of my homeboys in my neighborhood, but it's still not the type of associations I see myself having, right? Like I'm like, I haven't drank in 8 years, but I'm dating girls that drink alcohol, like and party, and like I'm thinking like, oh, they could do it, like I won't do it. I still like to listen to music loud, and you know what I mean, stuff like that. I could listen to music loud in my room, like with my shorty who don't drink, you know what I mean. And like I just needed to put like that in perspective, that in the forefront. And I'm like, I'm at this space because that's so normal to me. Like, and like when all that shit happened, like my body, my mind is connected and tethered to that. Like that's my comfortable, that's my system. That was my system, you know what I mean? But now I'm headed to this new version, and it's like the unknown. I don't know what it's gonna take, you know what I'm saying? I never thought I would not be attracted to women that drink, you know what I mean? But now it's like it's becoming like I'm realizing that it's like it's not them, it's me for thinking that I'm attracted to them, or it's like it's me for being around people and expecting different. Like I'm expecting these people to like understand and know like all this stuff that I've learned, you know what I mean? But they're not like, they didn't go through the things I went through, you know what I mean? They don't vibrate at my level, and it's not a bad thing or a good thing, but it's just like everybody's soul and everybody's spirit is on its own journey, and when we get there, we get there. I believe everybody will get there. I believe everybody's going to get to a point where they're like, okay, maybe I should not be drinking, and maybe I should be working out, maybe I should be reading and writing and learning still, and maybe I should think about what I put in my body rather than like what's going on outside of my body. I believe every human being's going to get there, but we all just get there at different times, and like I know how powerful I am as a human being. I know what I'm capable of. I know what God has put me here to do, and I know the power God has instilled in me. And I'll never fault a man for not knowing, what he doesn't know. Like, you don't know until you know, and if you knew better, you do better. And like at the time, I had forgotten the power that God has given me. I had forgotten that I was already a part of a process. I had forgotten like my God conscious, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. People just don't understand how powerful they actually could be, and how big and how full their life could actually get. And that's why they continue to act in these behaviors, you know what I mean? That's why I did. I don't know why they do it. I can't speak for no one else. That's why I did. I didn't know like all this that's been happening lately is capable, like mentally, physically, and spiritually. I didn't know this was a possibility for a human, but now I understand. I'm understanding now that this is way bigger than just like, the surface level. All the surface level stuff doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And I think back to the time when I was fresh out the program, I was fat. I was barely in JUCO. I hadn't been a pro athlete. All these things were like dreams and goals. I had no online business. Wasn't making content. I was one of the scrollers and just sit and judge and just like wonder why, you know what I mean? But even then, internally, outside of when I would get, catch a feeling about some shit I see online, like that was the best state, you know what I mean, of myself, and like that's just like where I'm trying to get back to. And I realize now, like again, like all this stuff I got is just stuff. It don't matter, whether it's a girl. Like I've been with the baddest chicks like since the past 8 years, in my perspective, in my opinion. Girls I'm attracted to, like beautiful women. I've been sick inside. I had hella money, sick inside. I had degrees, sick inside. Like conference championships. We went to the Natty, sick inside. Not sick, but like not at the most optimal state. You know what I mean? So that's just what it's about. You know what I mean? For me, like letting go is like a physical action. You know what I mean? It's like you can let go of anything, but it's like forced. You know what I mean? I feel like if I feel like when it comes to moving on, it's not forced, and like eventually the things that need to be let go will just fall off. You know what I'm saying? So like, letting go is tough when I think about it, but moving on has never been a problem for me. You know what I mean? I just need to understand like where I'm going, and like, you know what I'm saying? Understand like the next phase. I don't gotta like see it and like, like I just have to know what's next. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what's going on, but I just go off the feeling. You know what I mean? It's the same feeling that everybody gets right before they do something bad, and like your body tells you and your brain tells you like, bro, don't do that, but we do it anyway. Like that's all I'm talking about. But outside of that, like I'm not trying to overanalyze, figure out what this is. You know what I mean? It's the unknown. It's supposed to be like that. It's like when I first left my neighborhood. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to turn all the way into this. It's like when I first went to Kansas, like I didn't know all that was going to happen. I just went. So like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, and it's like, I had to tell a couple of friends, like, we can't associate, we can't kick it no more. Like, these are people I thought I'd never had to tell that to, you know what I mean? Like, when I got clean, like, I just thought, like, if I get clean, I can continue to go back to my regular life, That's was my thinking. But, like, I understand now, like, I did it all college, you know what I mean? Normal, like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't drink, didn't do no illicit drugs, like, normal, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, like, I'm realizing now, like, that just created all the stuff that I'm like cleaning up right now. All the stuff I'm cleaning up was, you know, a product of me thinking I could be around these people and expecting different outcomes. You know, just because they weren't active gang members and like really with the shit like that, and they were just normal little college kids, like it's still just as bad for a guy like me, because like I had already seen like a way better way of living, like a way higher. I had already vibrated at such a high vibration, and so to succumb myself to that has kind of been the disconnect and the dis-ease I've been experiencing. So that's why, and since I've like, you know, processed this and reflected on this, like a lot of the things in my life have checked out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm understanding now, what you know what I mean, what the deal is, and like why things have been the way they are. You know what I mean? I've been trying to hold on to a past version of a past life that no longer serves me. You know what I mean? It's not even a version of myself I am anymore, especially today. So like, yeah, that's the art of moving on. You know, that's where I'm at, and that's like why I think like moving on, you know, that's why it's important. But it's not, you know, you got to get there at your own pace. You know, like we all move on at different, you know what I mean? It's not even about moving on. It's just about growth and elevation, continued growth and elevation. You know what I mean? And then like, when you know it's always continued, it's always forward, like the things that are in the past, you know what I mean? Whether they're fixed or not, like, you know, like they'll work themselves out at the end of the day, because like, whether it be my friends, like not kicking it, or like, you know what I mean? Like feeling a way about that, like, but it's like at the end of the day, like, if they're really my friends and they understand, like they'll know and they'll see, because like every man knows each other man to man. We all know each other man to man. Like I know men I'm nothing like, you know what I mean? Like that I associate with, and that either it's positive or negative. Like maybe I'm trying to get to their level, or I know I'm no longer at their level, you know what I mean? And it's like the people I'm no longer at the level, is there's no point to associate with them anymore, because like man to man, we know why, and we ain't got to talk about it, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but out of respect for certain individuals, I will let them know. But at the end of the day, that's just what it comes down to as a man. You know what I mean? You got to level up, you got to elevate. It's always forward. And it's like, I didn't even understand. Like I was just settling for what I had. You know, it's gonna be tough to find a girl in 2025 that don't drink at all. Like it's gonna be so tough. But like, I know they're out there. I've been with them already. You know what I mean? I just kind of wasn't. You know, like I first, like, dude, it's so crazy. Like me not being, not having drank in 8 years. Like the girls I have been with that don't drink haven't even like, it hasn't even like dawned on me like, ooh, like this, like that could be the one. Like she don't drink. Like I've had some dime pieces, bro, that don't drink at all, and I just like smashed and dashed them. It's been my problem. I just smash and dash, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, that's no longer the version of ourselves we're gonna be. So this is the art of moving on. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Ray. No, at StayDownFit_Ray. That's RAYE. And you could also follow me at Bay Affiliated. It's my podcast. Episode 7 of the podcast will be live later today. But yeah, thank you. Ciao, ciao. Look at all this hair, baby.